Good morning, America, it's me, T. An alien to your world like E.T. I'm what you made me, crazy and wild. You can hate me, but I'm your baby, your child. I'm nothing but a product of your waste. From you shoving all your products in my face, feeling out of place. I know they can make us disappear into thin air.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? Thank you guys so much once again for tuning into my channel, and in this video today I'm going to be restoring a pair of Air Max 90 HUFQUAKEs from the year 2007. And before I jump into this restoration, I just want to give you guys a very quick detailed look at the shoe so you can see everything that needs to be done and have an idea of exactly what I'm going to be doing within this video. Alright, so just taking a better look at the shoe, I'm going to give you guys a very quick rundown of everything that I'm going to be doing in this video. Obviously, we're going to need to repaint the midsole. This has definitely seen better days. Man, the entire white section of this midsole has already been pretty much rubbed off, so actually stripping the midsole really should not be too much of a task. After stripping the old paint off the midsole, what I'm going to do is give the shoe a very thorough deep clean, and then once that is finished drying, I will repaint the midsole and decrease the toe box because that is another part of the shoe that has absolutely seen better days. So I'm going to go ahead and jump straight into this restoration, but before I do that, I'm going to have to grab some supplies. So if you are following along at home, now is the time to pay attention. First and foremost, we are going to be using acetone, and like I say in every one of my restoration videos, this is literally just straight acetone from any hardware store. I take an old bottle of nail polish remover and I fill it up to the top for easy access. Some cotton balls, and these are the last of the ones that I have, so hopefully I have enough to actually do this video. Angelus True Blue, Angelus Flat White, Angelus Matte Finish, some paint brushes, and I'm going to be using an angular brush for the primary painting and a smaller bristle brush for the tighter spots on the midsole, and a sneaker cleaner. And for this particular project, as usual, I'm going to be using Reshoevn8r, and if you are at all interested in saving 20% off of your entire order over at Reshoevn8r.com, be sure to use my discount code. I will leave it in the description for you to follow. And while I have you in the description, if you need any of the supplies that you see on the shelf here right now, I will also leave a link down below leading you to AngelusDirect.com, and if you are in Australia, just for time and convenience sake, there will also be a link leading you to FreshOutTheBox.com.au. Now let's make these shoes look new again. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to want to do is get these laces out and get this old factory paint off of the midsole. Let's go clean the shoe. Alrighty then. So yeah, that's what happens when I'm home alone and I make a video. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to be cleaning this shoe now. I am going to be using Reshoevn8r Advanced Sneaker Solution. For the brushes, I'm going to be using the suede brush and the sole brush. We are going to do our best to get this shoe looking nice and crystal clean. And yes, got the laces over here. We are going to be deep cleaning these as well. Like I've said in a previous video before, I'm just going to throw them in this little takeaway leftover container, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to throw some scalding hot water in there, put some Reshoevn8r in, and we are just going to shake it. Shake, 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 shake it. Shake, shake. Alright, I'm gonna stop now. I'll never do that again. I don't know. Anyway, we're gonna make sure this water. Ah! Yeah, that was hot. That was already hot. Okay. Anyways, like I said, the laces are in there. Fill it up nice and right. Yeah, nice and right. A little bit of Reshoevn8r. And then we're gonna close it. And then we're gonna shake it. We're just gonna shake it. We're not doing that ever again. Maybe I should. Whoa. Maybe I should. Whoa. Maybe I should. Whoa. Maybe I should. Whoa. Okay. This is what happens when you have too much fun making videos. Okay, we're just gonna put that off to the side and we are going to get to cleaning this shoe off. Let's go. Look at all that, man. had to go and get the all-purpose brush as well. I just realized that there's like some blood here on the tongue. I'm not 100% sure if I'm gonna be able to get that out right now, and I really don't want to run these through the wash because this shoe is almost 10 years old, and I do think that the midsole could separate eventually, and I really don't want to run the risk of that, like I said, so I'm just gonna go ahead and use the all-purpose brush here on the tongue, and hopefully whatever this is comes up with no dramas whatsoever. Let's get going. Alright, so the shoe has been cleaned and I allowed it about 12 hours to dry before jumping back into this project, and what's left to do now is to paint the actual base coat of white. Like I said, I'm going to be using Angelus Flat White, and let's jump straight into this. Okay, so we are finished laying down our base coat of flat white, and what is next on the list of things to do is to lay down the actual true blue. Like I said, I'm going to be using an angular brush for the primary color of this midsole, and without any further ado, let's get to painting. Alright, so we have finished doing the white and the true blue of the midsole, so the midsole repaint is completely finished now. The only thing left to do for the midsole is to apply a little bit of Angelus Matte Finish. The reason why I'm using Angelus Matte Finish without putting any duller in it is because when these HUFQUAKEs originally released, the true blue here on the midsole had a pretty gnarly shine to it, so I want to recreate that shine as best as I can. When you are applying matte finish, or any finish for that matter, just make sure that you are using a clean brush, because if there is any paint left over on here, the actual finish will draw it out and it will smear all over your midsole. So like I said, just make sure that your brush is clean. Me personally, I just have a brush that is designated for finisher only, and with all that being said, I'm going to get to applying this finisher right now. Alright, so I finished applying the matte finish to the blue portion of the midsole, and I did not film myself, but I also did a application of Angelus matte finish and duller to the actual white portion. The reason why I didn't film myself applying it was because it was going to look exactly the same as when I was applying the matte finish to the blue part of these HUFQUAKEs. In other words, you wouldn't really be able to see me applying anything because it is a clear coat and it would have just been a boring part of the video. But anyways, there is one more thing that I need to do, and it is decrease this toe box. And what I'm going to do in order to achieve that is stuff the toe box full of plastic grocery bags and iron it out. I'm going to have the iron on medium heat setting so I don't damage any of the material, and let's get this toe box decreased.
Lovely.
Fuck prison, stay outside the box. You gotta think outside of the box. Even if you're an honest man, lie to the cops. Most of them only wanna see you confined in a box, either a cell or a coffin. Happens often, force using force with the laws they enforcing. They neglect us, plus disrespect us. Ain't these motherfuckers here to protect us? No, most of them are dicks, riding around with guns that are just extensions of their pricks. Shit is fucked up. Shot my neighbor Cliff 3 times in the chest. He was cuffed up. You wonder why we're paranoid of the police, and we drive back roads to avoid them in the streets. Wish I could ride around without a clear view of a Jake in my rear view, tailing, waiting for me to do something wrong. Something's wrong, don't you want me doing something right? Right? White or black, it don't matter the man's color. The fuck with everyone, including your grandmother. She gets out of line, they'll mace her, and if that doesn't work, then they'll tase her. Shit, in 5 years, dudes in the street will still be carrying razors. Cops will be carrying lasers. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. Against you. Can't you see they're against you? Wake the fuck up, officer, I'm fine, don't pay me any mind. I don't need none of your time, didn't call you on the line. I ain't acting out of line, nor am I lying. I'll stay out of your life, you keep out of mine, and we're fine. But I hear static on the line, got our shit tapped, trying to catch us in a crime. Wanna see us confined in a box doing time, pumping iron, while my mom sits at home crying. You work for the devil in the system he designed. Your life consists of watching me live mine. You're pissed off watching me get mine. In my prime, every night I go to bed with a dime. I guess you got nothing better to do, and I guess I'm just better than you. This here is my letter to you, and I came here to tell it to you. Fucking hater.